Okay. So hopefully this will catch us up with the other class. I'm going to try to go over just the highlights of what we did with the other class. By grading, remember this is the same rubric we used before with the 20 points for the thesis statement, 20 points for topic sentences, 40 points for development, 10 points for introduction, and 10 points for conclusion. So let's just start with the thesis, of course. America really should keep the minimum legal drinking age, right, at 21. That's probably good enough for this. I'm not going to hit y'all too hard for this. Remember, the point of this is to synthesize different sources, right, that now you are starting to get from our databases as well. This is the weird hiccup here. We spent a pretty good deal of time in the other class talking about this. Some people think, right, that we should do the opposite of whatever your thesis is. In the context of this discussion, it's lower it to 18. If you're arguing to keep it at 21, most of your opposition, not all, are going to say lower it to 18. So if you're saying lower it to 18, then you know your sentence here is going to say most people think we need to keep it at 21 or something like that. This is a little weird because this is now a paragraph when clearly this is, I'm going to say antithesis to stress the nature of it, but the antithesis, right? This is okay to do. I call these uber topic sentences. Technically, it's larger than a normal or broader than a normal topic sentence. And so now you will see the key, not every single one, but what this person, Jane Doe, thinks are the key topic ideas will show up here. So binge drinking topic idea is what the people say. And she's got a couple other ones through here. This, I think, 3 disparate topic ideas for her opposition. This is not what she thinks. And so the idea is not to discount the critics here. Okay, and notice that since this is the antithesis, antithesis, it's really long, this section. This is addressing the opposition. You want to probably start here. It is okay if you start here, you don't really believe in the position, and you end up adopting the position. Remember, that's part of the routine. That's okay. And also, while I am here, I think I sent you all the update where it says PARA. It's just PAR period with the new MLA update. You had options before. They give a guideline now, so we're just going to go with this. All right, we're going to hold off on scoring the development, and now we're just going to go through the topic ideas. The first reason the drinking age should be kept at 21, and you don't say, remember, the first reason because that's a little bit screwy. Just say the reason is Americans under the age of 21 are not fully developed, and probably just not fully developed is good enough. I think we know mentally and physically, all right? So not fully developed is probably the same thing, mentally and physically. Okay, that's okay, because you can argue that people are not fully developed until later in life. So that seems okay as a topic idea. Another reason the drinking age should be kept at 21 can lead to emotional consequences. Teens are not mature enough to... Notice that seems pretty similar to the not fully developed. So we're going to shelve that idea just a second. It sounds as if on the face of it that might need to have a lot clearer separation as a topic idea. So the last reason should be kept at 21, road fatalities. This is a layup topic idea for your either or. Whether you're going to 18, staying at 21, you probably can get an easy paragraph about road fatalities, right? Death rates, all that sort of stuff, right? So we have maybe one topic sentence that's a little bit off. We have the antithesis here, which is, notice how it's taken up a big chunk of your paper. You do not have to cover every single topic idea in the paper. You just need to make your word count. So you probably need about the same number of topic ideas as the example student essay here, right? What I wanted to highlight here for the development, I probably wouldn't give it the full points on the topic ideas, but I wouldn't ding it that much because it seems like it's easy to fix. So we hit her with 3 or 4 points there. And that would put us in paragraph development. This is what I want you to think about. We need 8 different sources for the paper. I think she does not cite one of her sources from one of the more reputable websites here. Remember, it's okay to do the reputable ones like MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, a governmental.gov site. is okay. Amethyst Initiative, stuff like that is okay, but not the not reputable websites. Try to keep it with the databases is primarily what you want to focus on. And our book. Notice throughout the course of the essay that she doesn't really do as good a job as she could blending, synthesizing her sources. All right, so let's just sort of go and look here. Evanson, Balco, Gets. 3 so far, Sullivan 4. Okay, they're all from our book. Probably could have more, but let's just see if this is a pattern that holds. We probably need at least 3 for good source synthesis. Depends on the context of the paper and how it's going, but let's just see, do we get the feeling that she has a broad research accomplishment here? She's showing us that she has researched broadly. So let's just count up the different ones. So Vos is one. So she has several sources by Vos. Alcantara. And then back to Vos. So a few by Alcantara, back to Vos. So it's really 2 sources for the paper. It's not bad, but there's only 2 there. This topic idea that seemed a little bit close. Alcantara. Herman. Alcantara. 2 again, 2 different ones. But back to Vos. So not even a new source now. So may be able to get by a little bit early on if we started introducing new sources, but we're back to Vos. Kind of have to be with this one, I guess. Vos. Herman again. Vos. Ooh, see, we're not starting to show breadth, right? We're not showing breadth with the research, right? So we ding her a little bit there. All right, going to ding her some there just because it's not that any one paragraph is awful. That's not the case. Maybe a little bit redundant. She does tend to go on, as you can see there, but they're not awful. Just not showing good scope, right? So there would be some ding, right? She's definitely not getting 40 points with this. Is probably going to be, I think the other class wanted to score between 25 and 30, and they settled on 27 and a half. I don't know, 30 probably wouldn't be out of the question for something like this. Again, it's pretty easy to fix, right? Pretty easy to fix. Introduction, I will tell you this is a very standard introduction for this paper. Try to show it a little bit more, right? Don't let, just because the introduction goes, oh my God, something awful happened, therefore we should keep the drinking age. Somebody died. My God, somebody died. We should keep the drinking age at 21, right? Try to show it. This sounds a little bit morbid, but just don't say it. Try to show it. Try to really make us feel it, but do not go on and on for, a page and a half about this awful, especially this awful wreck you were in when you were a sophomore or junior in high school. If you are going to recreate the wreck, right, as people will do, don't let that take over your paper and try to make it more compressed. Show it a little bit more. So the introduction is it's a little bit melodramatic. I'd probably give it, 7.5 points, something like that. But it's mostly okay. Conclusion does not answer so what. Right, the conclusion, by the way, this is the former style for your works cited. I haven't updated that. I'll try to do that here shortly. All right, it's mostly just a summary conclusion. I'm probably not going to give more than 7 points for that. So what? Right? So what? Remember, go back to the thesis in addition to what you've talked with, right? And we can cover this next class, so it won't be that big of a deal. And I think that will get us up to speed, and I hope I can get this posted on the internet. I apologize for our internet problems here. It just did not work out too well yesterday. Then we thought we had it fixed, and then did not. But I will post something right now. I think we can mostly kind of not get too far behind the other classes right now.